Hello, and welcome back to the Truly Kenya podcast. So, if you are a visual person, I say this all the time, you're probably watching us on YouTube. And if you are, please like and subscribe. If you are listening to us, podcast, you're probably listening to us on your favorite podcast platform, whatever that may be. Um, I've only watched me on YouTube. So if you can like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform, you should do that too. So today I'm so excited because I have never spoken to a celebrity stylist on this show. And it's so weird. It's like, if you know you're going to talk to a celebrity celebrity hairstylist, you would make sure your hair is like looking really good that day. Okay, so some things work, some things didn't. The hair thing didn't work, but we're still going to have this conversation. And I am really excited to introduce you guys, those of you who may not know or may not be familiar, to Guy Tang. You may have seen him on Bling Empire. He is the creator and founder of My Identity Color. That's it, right? Okay. And he is a celebrity hairstylist. Also, he has a mega social media following, meaning Instagram, I think it's 2.2 million. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
So we're going to talk to him about his experiences and just find out some things that you may not know or just to get to know him better. So with that, welcome, Guy Tang.
Thank you for having me.
Nice. Your hair's looking good. Now,
Thank you.
I mean, you made sure your hair was looking good.
I don't have a choice. Gotta do what I do, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so so I read that you were born in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which really caught my attention.
hmm
If we could just start there, like what was that experience? Are there a lot of Asians in Tulsa?
No.
So what was
Well,
that experience like?
I was born in 1981, so
Okay.
back then there definitely wasn't many Asians. There
Yeah.
wasn't, well, we didn't have social media back then.
True.
Everything we rely on, it was like MTV, what's on
Yeah.
TV, the
Yeah.
magazines, and so there was zero representation.
Right.
And when you do see representation, it was always a stereotype, a caricature. So it was hard
Mm-hmm.
growing up and being proud of yourself when you don't see
Oh,
yourself represented. That's why, with social media now, I could, get on Instagram and YouTube and find someone that
that
I,
looks like you.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that does have so much impact
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
when you see a reflection of yourself, it gives you like, aspirations and hope that,
Mm-hmm.
I could do this, I could
Right.
do that.
Right.
Because back then it was like, I wanted to be a music artist, an actor, all these things. But, my parents and, people around was like, oh, you'll never make it because they don't want Asian people. You
Mhm,
need to do what's safe. So it's like, oh, be a doctor, be a
mhm,
nurse or
mhm.
something that's attainable, something realistic, as they
Right.
would say.
Realistic,
Yeah,
yes. Heard
because
that word.
nobody, quote unquote, back then wanted to see Asians in
Right.
Hollywood. So that wasn't an option for what I'm doing now.
Right.
So what I'm doing now is a big deal.
So then how do you end up in hair? How do you end up in Hollywood?
Well, hair saved my life, to be honest, because I was really shy. I am
Yeah.
not able to speak in front of a classroom.
Yes.
I can't talk to people. Like I would, call in.
You're saying that present tense. Is that still?
No, back
Oh,
back in the
back
day,
then.
back
Okay.
in high
Okay.
school. Let me
Okay.
start over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So back in high school,
Oh, okay.
I was really shy, and in
Yeah.
order to break that cycle, when you have to have a consultation with your client, you have
Oh.
to talk to them,
Mm-hmm.
and you get to know them, and that breaks the ice. And
Mm-hmm.
the more you know about people while you're doing their hair, they let their guards down,
Oh,
and you start to
yes.
realize how everyone's insecure.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wants to feel beautiful. Everybody wants to feel accepted, or
Mm-hmm.
they want to want themselves. And I realized, like, I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like me. We
Mm-hmm.
have so much in common. Through that, it gave me confidence. It gave me purpose to do what I do,
Yeah.
and be really good at my craft. And when I moved to LA from Oklahoma, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people think I moved here to be like this celebrity person. No, I
Okay.
moved here because, as a gay man, I
Yes.
didn't felt like I could be myself in
Right.
Oklahoma,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and coming out here in West Hollywood, I was able to be myself, live
Yes.
freely with
Yes.
confidence,
Yes.
and everything kind of fell into place where, being on YouTube helped me get recognized for my
Oh,
work and my
yes,
craft,
yes,
and the message I stand for,
yes.
and that message is, having a purpose, having a mission to have that representation
Yes.
for anyone who's like me,
Mm-hmm.
who feel like they don't belong,
Mm-hmm.
and to feel celebrated for who they
Mm-hmm.
are,
Mm-hmm.
to fill that void that was missing in
Right.
my life,
Right.
you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
and for you, it was not just Asian representation,
yeah,
it was gay representation,
yeah.
so you really were fighting. I don't know, did you know in high school, like, I think I may be gay? I
No,
don't,
no,
so
I
you had
didn't.
no idea, you didn't even know
I
at
had a
that point.
girlfriend.
You
I was
did?
engaged. I was with a girl for
Uh-uh.
10 years. Yeah. I was about to marry her, and I didn't come out till I was 28. Yeah.
Really?
In between 27, 28,
Yeah.
around that time. Yeah.
Oh, wow, you really kept it to
Yeah.
yourself.
I did everything I could. I tried to pray the gay away. I got baptized twice. I went to church. I did
So
everything I
finally,
could.
you just have to tell your parents,
Well, it's
right?
funny because I didn't have to tell them. They kind of always,
I bet your mother knew
my
early on.
yeah, I
Mhm.
kind of listened through the door like
Yeah.
this when my parents were talking,
Yes.
and they're like, "I think our son is gay. Something's
Oh,
going on." And
yes.
then I didn't have to tell them.
Yes.
I knew they already knew.
Yes. Okay.
There's something about moms having that
I
intuition,
think that's true. Yes. Yeah.
and they just know. I
Yes.
don't have to say anything.
And then you move away and you come out. Do you have a partner now or whatever
I'm married. Yeah, I have a
Oh, are you
husband.
married?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
do you guys have kids and dogs?
Actually, we have two dogs.
Yes.
We wanted to have kids. What's interesting was we originally, when we were filming Bling Empire, which I was on
Yes.
Netflix,
Yes.
that was part of our story.
I love Bling, but go ahead.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that scene actually got cut.
Uh-huh.
But we had a whole conversation about wanting to have kids and
Oh,
thinking about maybe, having a surrogate
yes.
and trying to get, one of my friends to let us have her egg
Yes.
eggs.
Yes. Now, let me ask you that. If you used a friend,
hmm
her egg, you don't think she'd be all in your business? Like when you said, "Oh, Johnny's going to bed at," we're letting Johnny stay up at 9. You don't think she'd be like, "He needs to be in bed by 8." Is it too close?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, would she be sort of interjecting without trying to interject? And
I actually wouldn't mind. I actually
oh,
wouldn't mind. I think it's important for the child
yeah,
to know where they're from and who they came from, and it's up to the mom because
yes,
I think that's respectful for her. It
yes,
honors her
yes,
as where the egg came from,
yes,
and that's important for me. I don't want that disconnect, and I don't want to have to lie to
yeah,
the child. I feel like if I was to have a child, I
yeah.
want the child to know the truth.
Yeah, you're
Um,
very balanced
yeah,
because I'd be like, I don't want your egg. I'm gonna go find a random egg.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I have a gay friend that he's single, but he had a girl best friend. They both were kind of getting older, and he really has his shit together. And they just decided we're best, like we're best friends, and we both want kids. So they had a kid together, and I mean, it's working out like totally fine for them. Totally fine.
It could be a very controversial conversation because a lot of people feel they have like their own beliefs on it,
Yes.
especially when it comes to children,
Yes.
right? Because like it's about what you're bringing this child into. So I
Oh,
always think about those things because I
yeah.
talk to my husband about it
Yeah.
because it depends where you raise the kid and how you raise them. And I was like, well, we live here. They won't have to get bullied. We have to think about those things because oh,
Mhm.
you have two dads and
Yes.
those type of stuff
I
like
think here in New York, you're good. Any
yeah.
metropolitan and any other kind of metropolitan. Now, if you go back to Tulsa, Oklahoma, you may have some
Yeah.
issues.
There's gonna be struggles.
Yeah, yeah, there's definitely gonna be some struggles. But I think here in LA,
Yeah.
I just think, okay.
Well, now people are getting a little bit more,
Do you find that? I'm saying that as a straight person. Do you find like, yeah, it would be okay?
yeah, I find that people, especially here in
Yeah.
LA and New York, people are becoming more progressive. They're
Mm-hmm.
understanding, these things.
Yeah.
They're becoming like an active
Yeah.
voice
Yeah.
all over social media,
Correct.
speaking up for all types of communities.
Yeah.
And I think
You
that's
may want
really
to stay away
important.
from Florida.
I
Florida's not coming across real friendly right now, but
actually have that's my first tour that I have to do. I'm doing a hair show, so
Okay.
I'm going there in June. So
Well, I don't know. You better read the rules to see what you can and can't do, because
yeah.
Florida is not very friendly right now.
Well, you know what I'm afraid of is alligators. So I'm just like,
Uh,
like alligators, sharks. Don't go in the water.
yeah, stay out of the water. Okay,
Yeah,
just
and the
just lay
bushes.
just lay cute on the beach with their pretty hair. Okay, but yeah, stay out of the water. Okay, all waters.
Yeah.
Don't even take that swamp
No
boat.
lake, no
That
swamp,
yeah
nothing.
yeah no,
No.
don't even do that. And so so is it still a conversation?
Yeah,
I think you should do it.
I want to do it. I want to have kids, and I heard that some people want me to donate my sperm,
Yes.
and I was like, oh, that would be fun, because I
Yes.
know like some maybe lesbians
Yes.
or women who
Yes.
want to have
Yes.
kids
Yes.
that can't have kids and they
Yes.
want sperm. It's like
So then
I'm
I
here.
ask you, would you be okay watching her do whatever she wants with the kids? It doesn't mean that the kid doesn't know you donated sperm,
Mm.
but I don't know. So like if you are a very OCD person or a control freak, you may be like, Ginger should have had a coat on today when she went to school. You know what I mean? So
Uh,
or
uh,
can you separate and be
oh,
like, yeah, I donated the sperm, but that's her kid.
yeah.
You know what I
I
mean? You
think
think you
I
could?
I think there's it's gonna be tough, but then you have to remember this. You're not officially the
Right.
on
Parent?
paper, but right.
Right.
Even though you are the seed,
Yes,
you have to remember
yes.
this is not your place.
Right.
But I actually met with a friend last night who told me that
Yeah.
he donate his sperm
Uh-huh.
to some girls that he know,
Yeah.
and they want him to be a part of their child's life.
Oh, that's good.
Like
Yeah.
you can have a
Yes.
relationship with our
Yes.
child,
Yes.
but
Yes.
don't tell
Oh,
us how to
don't
run
right. Don't
it.
think you are the parent, but
Yeah.
yes. And he was fine with that?
Yeah, he was fine with it. He's like, it's a win-win because a part of me, I feel like I want to have a legacy.
Yeah.
I want to have my own child because I'm 41 now. But
Yeah.
if I turn like 60, 70, I want
Yeah.
to know that I left something, a
Yes.
part of me, you know.
I think you should do it.
I think so too.
But I think you and does your partner want a child? Your
Uh,
husband, not your
yeah,
partner.
my husband, he honestly feel like we're not responsible. We have so much on our plate that
How long have you had the dogs?
Oh, well, I had my dog for 15 years, but my dog just passed away, so we just got a new one.
Yes.
So, 2
Oh.
new ones because
Oh, are they puppies?
yeah, they're 3 years old now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was on a rebound because when I lost my dog, I was like, yeah, I need to
I need to fill the gap.
I need to fill that void.
Yeah.
But it seems like we have a lot in common with reality shows, right?
Yes,
We
we do.
we came from that world,
Yeah.
you
So,
know?
well, I just kind of found myself in it because my husband is a celebrity. And so yeah, we both our connection is Jeff Jenkins,
Yeah,
the wonderful Jeff Jenkins.
Jeff Jenkins. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a good experience with
I
Jeff?
I had a great experience. He's just such a kind man,
So kind.
so kind. I mean, there are always stories when it comes to the cast members.
Yes, yes,
But that's
yes.
because we were an ensemble cast. There's
Yeah.
like so many of us, and any conflict or anything that I feel like I didn't get along with is maybe a cast member.
Yes, yes.
And
And when for me watching, because I did watch,
uh
and like I told you, like, these people are talking about
huh.
Beverly Hills Housewives or New York House. They don't have Bling Empire money. Okay. Bling Empire money runs real deep. Like that
Yeah,
appears to be real money.
yeah.
Like, is it?
Well,
Mm.
the like Jamie and Christine Chu, like depending on the cast member, some of them were
Yes.
born into it,
Yes.
and some of them work for it. Some of them have
So not the actor guy. What was the cute actor?
Kevin.
Kevin.
Kevin, yeah, I knew him first. I knew him the longest. We
Okay,
knew
did he get his shit together? Has he gotten his shit together?
he's still working on it. He's still working on it.
Okay,
I saw him
okay.
last
With
night
his pretty
actually.
little self. Okay,
Yeah,
he is
yeah,
attractive.
he is.
Yeah, he's really
He's a
attractive.
model. He's like 6'2", very
Yeah,
handsome.
very handsome. I
I
think he was the brokest on the show. I did. I think he had the least amount of money on the show.
well, people see him as relatable, like like
Yes.
they put themselves into his
Yes.
shoes, like
Yes.
in that type of situation. I've known him for a long time, so
Yeah.
I like his message of representing Asian men. So
Yes.
I hired him to be in like 3 of my music videos.
Okay.
I also hired him to be the face of my campaign for my.
Yes.
We actually filmed it, but those scenes got edited out. We filmed this filming my music video. We
Yeah.
filmed this. Doing a photo shoot of him at my office
Yes.
for my hair campaign, but none of those scenes made it, you know. But
Really?
I felt like
You
it's
should, this is you should have walked up to Kevin and said, "You're not doing it right," and slapped him.
ah, it didn't have
That
enough
would
drama.
it didn't
It
have
didn't have
enough
enough
drama.
drama.
Okay.
But I do think it had a great story because it showed him trying to work.
Yeah.
It showed him getting paid to do a job,
Yes.
you know.
And you know
So
what? I didn't think he didn't really come off as lazy to me. He just
mm,
came off as broke. Do you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
Attractive, broke, and trying to make it. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So I don't know. I know he had some conflicts here and
yeah,
there, whatever. But I always thought he was likable. So when
yeah,
you say relatable, I always
yeah.
thought he was likable.
Yeah, he's likable. He's charming, and what's hard is that I felt like a lot of actors, you know,
Yeah.
and I can't speak on his behalf, but
Yeah.
from what I can
Yeah.
see is that a lot of actors come to Hollywood, they pursue acting, but you really have to sacrifice everything.
Yeah.
You people don't realize like. You know, that's why a lot of people are juggling, waiting tables on the
Mm-hmm.
side, doing 3 jobs
Yeah.
to try to sustain, you
Being,
know,
yeah.
because you're waiting to book that gig.
Right. Right.
You know,
So how did Bling come together? You know what I mean? Like was there one cast member that was kind of like the catalyst for all of you or
I don't know the full story how it
yes.
started because I believe there's an origin to it, but I'll
Okay.
speak on how I,
Okay.
you know,
Please.
I got asked to be
Involved.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually, you know, I had Kevin come to LA to be in my music video
Yes.
first, and what happened was he was already in LA, so
Yeah.
then I guess he auditioned or you
Okay.
know to see how
Yes.
he would do on screen or
Yes.
whatever. And then I was doing a premiere of my music video, and then
Yes.
he invited like some of
Oh, cast
the
members?
cast members
Yes.
to my place. And then I remember they were like saying he needs to be on the show
Yeah.
because they saw my speech about,
Yes.
you know, representation and
Oh,
Asian men
yes.
and all that stuff. And they go, and he has this nice house, you know, he has his own brand. This makes
Yes.
sense. So then I got called in and I did this little interview process
Yes.
with Jeff, and
Mm-hmm.
then I got casted. And going in, I knew Kevin for a long time,
Yes.
so it just makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just start filming, and I honestly I feel like there's so much more that wasn't shown.
Right. Do
But
you did it give you a lot more exposure? I know you have a lot of did you find like this huge jump in your social media numbers? Did it like did it put you out there, make you so popular like let me go start is that where your brand color
no,
all that was
no.
was
Way before. It
before?
was actually YouTube.
Oh,
Being an educator,
yeah.
making my own independent music,
Yeah.
my own independent education and videos through YouTube is what connected me with my audience, and working with so many of my friends who are in the YouTube realm, which is
Okay.
Michelle Phan. You
Okay.
know, she's one of the first makeup artists on YouTube to have her own brand.
Oh wow. Okay.
She's amazing. She's still a
Yes.
great friend of mine, and I did a bunch of YouTubers hair
Yes.
from Joey Graceffa, James
Oh
Charles,
wow.
uh, Blogalates, Cassie Ho, like
Yeah.
all these huge
Yes.
YouTubers who
Yes.
are, you know, I connected with so many of them,
Yeah.
and then we just worked together. Then,
Yes.
you know, the audience naturally grew into
Mm-hmm.
its own thing, and people loved the work I did
Mm-hmm.
because I would take Asian hair platinum blonde in
Yes.
one day. And
Wow.
so people saw these
Yes.
videos, and
Yes.
then naturally, you know, they want to learn. So I
Yes.
share, and then I build it through earning it. And so then when I got casted on the show, it wasn't like that because I was the guy that threw that penis pump out the window on like episode 3 or whatever. And what happened is
Was
like,
that really hers?
uh,
Was that really hers?
I look, I just want to know what shampoo she used. So because then why is her hair a mess? Like what's
I
you know
just think the tracks, I think it
yeah,
all
like all
is. Yeah,
the little beads. They're
yeah, I think it's just a lot going on in that hair. Yeah.
yeah, and it just didn't look healthy. So
Yeah.
I was like, I need to know what she's using. So I was
Yes.
like, as a hairstylist, I
Yes.
wanted to go in and look, and
Right.
then I go, what is this?
Yes.
And then
I had never seen one until y'all showed it on Bling. I was like, wow.
it was like a hydro penis pump. So you use
Yes.
it in the shower with water.
Oh.
So, and I was like, And it was actually a lot grosser in
It
person
ugh!
because they had like cloudy stuff
Ah!
floating in the water
Oh
inside.
my god! Oh my god.
So, but the camera guy with the gimbal, he couldn't get in, so he had to try to get in the door. So when he got in the door, by that time, a lot of the fluids came out already.
Oh god,
So
so gross.
yeah, yeah, but she was really mad.
Oh, she was that was oh, she was really mad.
She was
Can
mad.
you imagine? Oh, she had to be really embarrassed. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know what I mean?
And I apologized right away,
Yeah.
but for some reason they seem to cut that part short. But I like
Because
right
they wanted her to still be so mad at what's her name?
uh uh
The
Kim.
Kim.
Kim. Well,
Yes.
the thing is like
Congratulations to Kim,
oh yes, yes. Yeah,
baby.
she got mad at her. And
Yes, she was real mad at her.
well, here's the thing. We were I because I was like we were kind of told to have fun. Like
Yes.
I didn't think anything was
Right.
serious. Like
Right.
going and say let's just have fun. It's like,
Right. Right.
"Oh, I just I mean, I did say, "Should I throw this out? I shouldn't throw it out." And she was like, "Do it, do it." And so, but yeah, it's one of those things where, but honestly, what's hard for me is like, most of us we aren't friends anymore. We're not talking anymore. Yeah, a lot of the cast members we stopped talking.
Really?
Yeah,
Like you and a cast member, or all of you guys somehow
Mm,
just
yeah, just kind of broke apart. It's
oh,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the
why?
case is, but the show brought out a lot of things in people, and that's why I kinda go because it's an ensemble cast,
Yeah.
we're not, like, filming as a
Oh,
family,
yes.
so most of us I mean, I talk to Kevin still,
Yes.
but, I mean, he on a personal level, he did, broke my heart in a way as a friend, and I
Mm,
actually confronted him off
yes.
camera,
Oh, okay.
I confronted him about it, I told
Okay.
him how I feel, just
Did
because,
he
like,
understand and apologize?
I don't think no, he did not apologize.
Really?
But I saw he tried to make it
Oh,
better.
okay.
But I think what happens is when you're on camera, everyone is, they're hustling and
Yeah.
they're trying to make it and they're
Right.
trying to get that screen time in. Where for me, it's about integrity.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna jeopardize everything I work for to be a fool,
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so
Mm.
because
Mhm.
I know who I am, I know my worth, and I know what I stand for,
Right.
and I came in being myself, and
Yeah.
I ended the show being myself,
Yeah.
and I don't want to have to change my identity to try to
Mhm.
conform
Mhm.
to the spectacle of
Right.
the cast,
Yeah.
And so and then I did felt outcasted,
You
but
did?
I did.
Even in that situation?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually filmed a lot, but
Yeah.
none of it made it, but that's
So
okay.
when did you feel like an outcast? After it came out or during the filming?
Both,
Oh,
both
really?
during yeah. Uh, it's just that because when we're not on camera,
Yeah.
like I'll have like a good relationship with.
Mhm.
They'll call me, they'll talk to me, but when we're on camera, it's like, why aren't they talking to me? Why am I being
Mm.
divided? It just became so
Oh,
weird.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
you
this is
know,
not fun.
no, this is not fun because
Mhm.
it's like, um, I I want to feel
Of
included,
course. Yeah.
and I grew up my whole life not feeling included because I'm
Mhm.
gay and
Mhm.
Asian in
Mhm.
Oklahoma.
Mhm.
So I was like, you know what? If I'm not included,
Mhm.
then I don't want to be included
Mhm.
here because this is
Mhm.
not my space.
Mhm.
This
Mhm.
is not a safe place for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go where I'm
Yeah.
respected
Right.
and where I am seen
Mhm.
and I am heard and
Mhm.
I feel included in the
Right.
conversation. But if they don't want me, I don't want to have to beg. I
Yeah.
did too much begging for too long. I
Right.
growing up, I'm
So you
40,
were okay
Yeah,
walking away
no,
from it. Yeah.
I have so much peace with it
Yeah.
because at the end, it's not about what was caught on camera.
Yeah.
It's about the experience I had, which
Yes.
made me a better person, made me be stronger
Yeah.
because I got to perform my song in front of Paul Abdul.
Oh,
Paul Abdul performed her
yes.
song to
Yes.
me,
Yes.
but those scenes never made it onto the show. They got cut,
Oh, okay.
but that's what we filmed, and
Yes.
I will always cherish those
Yes.
memories.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, and I pushed myself so hard to learn about Louis Vuitton
Yes.
and Dolce Gabbana and Versace because even though I have my own brand that I
Yes.
built,
Yes.
I I never spend my money on clothes.
Yeah.
But then I go like, "Oh, this will look good on camera." So I
Yes.
force myself to understand fashion
Mm.
better.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I become more educated and knowledgeable about designer
Right.
clothes.
Mhm.
So that's why I don't regret any of it. Not at
Yes.
all. Not at all. If anything, I was more upset with, how the cast treated me
Yes.
because of their, people want screen time, and that's
Yeah.
fine. Good
Yeah.
for you. And
Yeah.
I'm not
That's
afraid.
still sad.
I'm not afraid to talk about it
Yeah.
because it's the truth.
Right.
And if someone feels some type of way watching this, that's on you.
Right.
Because why did you did that to me?
Right.
It's like, well, why would I feel this way if you didn't
Mhm.
do that?
Mhm.
Why are you feeling guilty?
Right.
Ask yourself that question.
Right.
If you're the one that's feeling some type of way watching this
Mhm.
podcast,
Mhm.
thinking that I'm, I have issues. No, I'm
Mhm.
speaking from the truth.
So
So,
you're not even in contact with Kim?
oh, Kim is cool.
Okay.
I saw her recently at a gala,
Okay.
and we talk, but
Yes.
we
Okay.
we used to talk a lot more back then. But
Okay.
we
Is it
talk.
more surface? Like, hey, how you doing? You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
mean, she's always gonna be. I enjoy her. I enjoy
Yes.
her. I enjoy her and Kevin a
The
lot, the most,
most.
right?
Okay.
Because I think that
Who had
we.
the worst hair? Okay, beside the lady with the everything going on.
Who had the
Like when you look, because like when you're out and about, I don't know. When you're out and about, okay, like I mean, you could have came in here and you saw my hair, like if she had a little, maybe curled it a little tighter or
yeah.
whatever. Like when you were on the cast, were you looking like, God, I'd love to do her. You know what I mean? Like who needed hair
I mean,
help?
we know the obvious who
Yeah.
had the
Yes.
situation, but I would say the best hair was
Oh, perfect.
Jamie had the greatest hair because
Oh.
she had like bubbles
Is
and
she
like
the one with the husband?
no, no, no,
No.
no. She's the one that barely moves. Like she doesn't talk much. Like she just stands there.
Oh, the is she the youngest?
Yeah, the
Kind of
younger one.
young? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
Jamie.
model or something.
hmm
Okay.
And you know what I respect about her
What?
is the mere fact that we all ask her, why don't you follow any of us? She goes, I don't want to. I don't want to look at your stuff.
Oh, you
Yeah.
know what? She comes across, I think she is kind of open like that on the
Mm.
show too.
Yeah, she just doesn't care. And that's the thing. That's why I respect her
Yeah.
because she
Huh.
tells you bluntly, I don't want to look at your Instagram. I don't want to
Yeah.
look at your page. I don't need to follow you.
Yeah.
We're filming together, blah, blah, blah. Like she's
Yeah.
blunt. I respect the honesty. I
Yes.
respect how she doesn't, you know,
Get caught up in the it
mm,
is what it is.
it is what it is because
Yeah.
when she
This is
tells you,
work. This is work.
yeah, when she tells you what it is, you have
Yeah.
no choice but to respect that and honor it and go, okay, we're here filming, but we don't need to be
Yes.
friends.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
we're friends here, but we don't need to be friends on
Yeah.
Instagram. And
Wow.
I respect real.
Yes.
I don't like the fake BS.
Yes.
Like, oh, we're following each other. Oh, we're friends when it's convenient.
Yeah.
But they never engage with your post. They never like your post. They never comment on your post.
Yes.
But they'll do it when it's convenient.
Yes.
And then, oh, we're filming and we're friends. No, I don't
Yes.
have time for this BS.
Yes.
Let's be real.
Right.
And
Wow.
so I felt like like a lot of these uh folks,
Mm-hmm.
there's too much games. I don't have
Yeah.
time for games. Like let's
Yeah.
be
So you
real.
didn't miss filming.
No, but I mean,
Did you still watch it?
n- I watched season one. I really enjoyed
Okay.
season one. It
Okay.
was hard to get through some of the other ones,
Yes.
but but I fast forward to the scenes that I was in,
Yeah.
make sure I
Of
look
course.
good.
Make sure
Just
it was all right and
yeah,
tight.
I fast forward. It's like okay, because those are the important part. Because self care and loving yourself, and owning it, and
Yes.
going like
Oh, for sure.
I want to see myself,
Yes.
and admitting it.
Yes.
There's respect to that,
Yes.
and that's why I'm telling you now. I just fast forward to my
Yes.
parts.
Yes.
You know.
And okay, so when you fast forward to your parts, are there any parts you're like, I didn't like that outfit, or I would do something different?
A lot of it because I was still learning how to dress better. So I
Ah.
would probably say I hated all my outfits that I
Oh,
wore.
really?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, that's what it
Yeah.
is. That's what it
Oh,
is.
okay.
You
Would you
know?
do reality TV again?
Of course, yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
What would be your ideal show?
Uh,
If
I want to be in a place that I am seen,
hmm
and they really celebrate me for me. Let me do me.
hmm
And if you want to edit and cut around me, then
Yeah.
do it. But allow me to feel like I'm a part of the conversation, like I'm a
Yeah.
part of this
Yes.
show. But I would
Yeah.
love that. I mean, if anyone's watching
Right.
and you're looking for real,
Yes.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Is mainly
Because there's so many parts of you. There's the hair care.
yeah,
You as
the
a
babe, the
founder.
father. I want to be a father.
Yeah, yeah. You as a founder of a company and what that
Yeah,
is like to run that. The
yeah,
music side of you.
yeah. Singers,
Yeah.
songwriters, so much.
Yeah. Huh.
And you know, I have a lot of insecurities and
Yeah.
stories I would love to share. And I think if it's the right show
Yeah.
that's the narrative and the
Yeah.
story, and
Mhm.
that's the perspective
Right.
that wants to be shown, because I think like this was Bling was shown from Kevin's eyes.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, yeah, because
Huh.
he's kind of like Cinderella. He comes in like,
Yes.
ooh, look at this land of, you know,
Mhm.
kingdom
Yeah.
of all these wealthy
Huh.
folks, you know. Uh, my story is really different because I grew up poor.
Yeah.
I grew up with no money. I came to
Yes.
LA with no money. I had to struggle and work and earn everything I have. And even now, I have to work all the time.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe that's just not fun for people to look at, but
Are
uh,
you surrounded by what you think the people closest to you, your husband, your
yeah.
friends, your closest friend, people in your shop, are you surrounded by people that are funny or you know what I mean? Like if everybody is mellow, it wouldn't work as a show, just to be honest with you. But do
Yeah,
you have some kind of big personalities or some people that are just kind of funny
there's
just
always.
naturally? So,
Yeah,
whether it's your shop, whether it's in your company, whether it's, through the music or
yeah,
whatever, your
yeah,
husband, the friends you hang out with, as long as you have some personalities, and I don't know the formula. I don't know if that's six people. I don't know what that is, but yeah, you could
yeah.
probably, you know what I mean?
I mean, for you, like because when you filmed the show,
Yeah.
I mean, did you have any experience that were similar
No,
with?
I did not. It was a family reality show. So it
Mhm.
was my ex and my children, so five of us. But then we did have his aunt, who was like a mother to me, who really was helping me a lot at the house and with the kids and stuff. She had a big, funny personality.
Yeah.
And my husband is very funny, or my ex-husband is very funny, big personality. So I felt I didn't really need to do much because I kept saying no. I'm not doing it. I never wanted to do reality. I don't want to do it. And then how he got me to do it, first he was kind of asking, and then finally was like, well, I need you to do it. And that really translated is you're gonna do it, right? And then I was like, and then he said, you can fly first class from now on if you do it. Okay,
Oh.
okay. Where do I sign up? Right? Like that is what sold me. And the show today is on, I don't know, you can find it on demand or someplace.
Yeah.
It's still a fucking funny show. Like the marriage, we are not together, but the show itself is still real funny. And and then even after that, there have been like Jeff kind of proposed he was kind of thinking of like a me and another African American girl who has a real big personality staying at a bunch of like scary houses
Uh-huh.
across the country.
What?
I was like, black people do not fool with ghosts. I want to stay under the radar. I don't want the ghost to know I'm alive. I ain't
Did you
fooling with
tell him
no
that?
ghosts. Yeah, black people are afraid of
Did
ghosts.
he laugh?
Yeah, yeah, So,
Yeah.
and now I think, I don't know if it has to be a lot of drama. I
Yeah.
don't, I
Well,
don't know if that's where I'm at right
well,
now.
the drama usually comes from the other cast. Like when you have an
Well,
ensemble.
if it could be that,
Mhm.
like y'all have drama and chaos and
Yeah.
toxicity, okay. But if it's a show like um us doing life, like divorce,
Mhm.
and I'm not saying us together, but just all of that, I maybe be open. I
Yeah.
think I really want to do a travel show. I
Yeah.
really, really want to do a travel show.
I would love to do that too, like
Yeah.
with food and
Yes.
stuff.
And I'm a big foodie.
Yeah.
So all of that I would just really like to do. So there are a couple of things I have in mind, but right now this podcast is my baby. And I do have ADD, so I would be all over the place, you know what I mean? But I gotta get her up and running and launched. And then maybe 3 months, there's some
Yeah.
things like a dating show that I'm gonna host, but I just have to stay focused
Yeah.
of where I am.
Well,
Yeah.
since you had like a family reality
Yeah.
show, you can't really hate each other because you're family, right?
Right. We're a family, but now we are not a family,
Oh.
because we are
Oh,
divorced
that's
now.
right. Oh, that's right.
But I
Well, at the
still don't I
time.
don't I don't hate him and I'm not bitter.
Yeah.
And now our children though are older. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I think family shows I think do when the kids are like middle school and
Yeah.
maybe that high school, you know what I mean? And maybe if you have one elementary, but where they are now, I don't think they would be make good TV because they don't want to be on TV.
Would you want to be like on a ensemble cast with a bunch of other friends and other women and
I would do that. I would definitely do that, but if I would prefer to be on a ensemble casted talk show
oh, a
because
talk show.
I
Ooh.
like the banter.
I like that too.
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
That's
people
good.
bringing really their thoughts and
Yeah.
so I like the banter.
Because if you're doing a reality show, there's gonna be like butting heads and disagreement.
Yes,
There's gonna be
yes.
so much.
And right now my private life is so private and it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like who's gonna be like, yeah, can you come and do this reality show? And when I say, okay, but he's not doing it. What?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? No, we
Yeah.
want your whole life. Okay. We're
Mhm.
paying for your whole life. So I don't know,
Is there anything that you would change about like what you filmed or said?
not
Anything?
in terms of the reality show. When I tell you, I look back and still crack up, like laugh out loud. Um, it was a really good show. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It was just a really good show. So I wouldn't
All
change
like all the episodes.
all the episodes. You're
Wow.
laughing out loud at all the episodes. And a big part of that is to me, my ex, because he's just on it. It's so natural. And I didn't feel like I needed to be funny because he got the funny, right?
Yeah.
Or if I wasn't gonna be good, he was good. But it turns out I was really good at it.
Yeah.
Just naturally, funny. And, I showed up to work. I did what I had to do. It was not scripted. They would give us scenarios. I don't know how they did Bling,
Yeah.
but maybe the scenario is you're going to go on a daddy daughter outing. That's all they needed to give to us because we all had a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
Although that was the day from hell, but we're all quick and have a good sense of humor. So we didn't really, it was never scripted.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
all like off the cuff.
Yeah.
But we had the
Wow.
best team that we had the best production team. Blaze, Andrea. I mean, like I'm giving an award. I'd like to thank Blaze and Andrea, but we did have the best team for us, and especially for me, a person who really didn't want to do it because by the end of the shoot, they were like family. Like I still
Yeah.
keep in contact with them. Like the production of them,
Do
like
you feel like because you were on a show, when you're doing interviews or,
yes.
podcasts like this,
Yeah.
do you feel like you have to watch what you say?
I don't. You know what? I have to watch what I say. Like so when I was going through my divorce, for the most part, especially towards the end, I had to really watch what I said because I did not want him to use it against me in
Right.
court. So I think that's the only time and even with that, I still said a lot of shit on this podcast.
Yeah.
But
Because it'll
even
be used
then,
against you all the
yeah,
time.
just in case, I didn't
Yeah.
want,
So you
yeah, I
gotta be
didn't,
careful.
yeah. So, but now we are like divorced. So I really talk about whatever I want. There's some things maybe I am such an open book. I haven't had a question yet that I thought I wouldn't answer,
Hmm.
but I am mindful
Yeah.
that my children don't have the best relationship with him.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress. So I don't want to do anything or say anything that may hinder that. You know
That's
what I mean?
true.
Because you just want your kids to be happy and well
Yeah.
adjusted. And I don't care what they say, you're only as happy as your saddest child.
Well,
So I try to, but there are things that I do talk about, because it was also my experience,
yeah.
as well as,
Well,
theirs.
that's why
So
when we're talking
yeah.
about,
Yeah, but I don't care. I don't care anything about the divorce. I mean, it happened and my view on life itself is it's all about lessons.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So the loves you had, the jobs you had, the friendships you've had, it's all life is about lessons and
Hmm.
lessons to be learned. And so I'm not bitter or mad about
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
Everything happens for a
I
reason.
really do think that.
Yeah, and people come into our lives for a reason.
Yeah.
And that's why even when I speak about my experience on a
Yeah.
show, I don't say anything about them being bad.
Yeah.
It's my experience.
Yeah.
I'm talking about my behalf,
Right.
how it made me felt.
Right.
It's nothing on them because
Right.
everyone's on their own journey. like if someone treated me bad on the show, that's how I felt from my
Yes.
perspective. But for them, I might not understand that they're going through something
Right.
and they had to do what they have to do to survive, and
Yeah.
that's necessary for them. So that's why when I always look at things, it's always about perspective. I may be upset at how a cast member treat me, but
Yeah.
that's from my perspective.
Right.
So if they take it personal and they still want to connect, you got my number, call
Right.
me.
Right.
It's
Right.
one of those things, like, let's work it out, you
Right.
know?
When you think about those cast members, do they like if someone did something, said something, or made you feel a kind of way, did you either in scene or outside of scene? I know you reached out, whatever, you and Kevin had a conversation. Did you reach out to the other ones?
No, I kept it between me and him. I told him how I felt.
Mhm.
It's actually really funny because I poured my heart out how I felt
Yes.
while we're on the red carpet.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it was just you just couldn't hold it.
Yeah, I
I'm
couldn't hold it.
seeing you and I want to get this off. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes
but
life is like that.
yeah, but then he sent me a very nice text like 2 days later.
Yeah.
And it's not an apology, but it's more so like, "I hear you, I
Yeah.
see you."
Oh,
Like
okay.
that,
Mhm.
even though I would like a formal
Right.
apology, but as long as he hear me, he sees me.
Yeah.
I he made an attempt to make it better by
Okay.
inviting me to a party,
Okay.
and then maybe that's the straight guy in him. I don't know,
Yeah.
but like, and then he included my crediting me
Yes.
of how he got on the show,
Oh,
in
okay.
a recent interview. So
Yes.
I see that he's trying because
Yeah,
I know
I think so. I think
s-
he is trying.
some people aren't good with like having a communication
Right.
conversation like, oh, I'm sorry,
Right.
let me
Right.
make it. They do things indirectly,
Right.
like they're trying to make it better. So and I know deep down he has so much heart, so
Right.
that's why I know that
Right.
he's trying.
Yeah.
But because I like I said, we went in knowing each other first,
Right. Yeah.
it's just when we're filming,
Well, I hope you
we didn't
guys
see
run
any of
into
that.
each other.
Oh, I saw him yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just very brief. Like we said
Mhm.
hi and
Yeah.
we talked a little bit, but that uh, I would hope that
Do you
he'll.
miss him?
You know what? No, because like I said, everything happened for a
Yeah.
reason. And I think like maybe he entered my life in 2017, 18, 19 for a
Yeah.
reason.
Yes.
And even though our friendship is not the same, at
Yeah.
least I know that, hey, we survived, we both
Right.
made it,
Right.
and we're okay,
Yeah.
you know?
But I think if you ever decide I kind of miss him, or I would like to have coffee or a quick
Yeah,
lunch, I think it's always okay to say, like, hey, I miss you. Or,
yeah.
hey, let's get together. If you have time, I'm around this week if you want to grab lunch.
I do have a special place, like,
Yeah.
in my
It
heart.
sound well,
Yeah.
I only reason I'm saying that is because it sounds like that.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
because I
And
looked
straight
up.
guys are stupid.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
straight
Okay.
guys, they're clueless
So yeah,
sometimes.
you sometimes you just have to put it like, hey, if you're
Yeah.
free, I'm around this week if you want to grab a coffee.
You have to
You can keep it,
initiate.
yeah. You really do. They need a lot of
'Cause
guidance.
they're almost like, yeah,
Yeah.
what?
Wait,
Okay, yeah,
what? Oh,
what?
you're willing to have well, yeah, you should have
What
asked me. You
what do
know
you
what I
wanna
mean?
talk about? Yeah, man, it's like, "Okay,
Yeah.
well,
Let's just catch up.
yeah,
Yeah, it was good to see you last
mhm,
night or whatever. It's good to see you last week. If you're around, let's catch
yeah,
up. You know what I mean?
yeah."
So
And what is done, and
yeah.
it's okay,
Yeah.
but
I just think all these experiences that we go through, there's some lesson to be learned,
yeah,
you know, some
yeah,
lesson to be learned. So, but I am glad, even if you decide not to reach out, I am glad that he is showing through actions
yeah.
some effort. You know what I mean?
'Cause some people be watching and they'll be like, "What's the tea? What's going on?" I was like, We're fine. We have each other's number and
Yeah.
we see each other at events. We're fine." It's just more of like, we're human, right? We
Yes.
have
Is he
emotions.
still I don't know if you know this. Is he still didn't he get back with one of the ex-girlfriends in
Y
the last
Yeah,
season?
she's actually really sweet.
So they're still together?
Yeah, as far as I
Oh,
know of,
good. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Like, the
Good,
last
good,
time I
good.
saw them, they're together. She's really sweet, she's talented, she's also, I believe she sings and she does
Oh.
makeup, and
Oh.
yeah, and I think they're starting a production company, but like I said, I can't speak on his behalf. I
Yes.
don't know the full story,
Yes.
so I
Yes.
have no accuracy
Yes.
just from what I could see on social media.
Yes.
And so,
Oh.
but yeah.
Okay.
But that's the whole joke because we had 3 seasons in.
Yes.
And that's why I said, like, for the next evolution of my life, if there's another opportunity to do
Yeah.
another show, that would be centered around, you know, uh, maybe have me included or
Yes.
something, then I would love to be a part of it.
Yes.
But if I'm gonna be a side background
Yes.
person, look, I have
A
main.
friend of? You don't want to be a friend
No,
of?
look, I'm tired of being the gay best friend, and like like a trope. I don't want to be a trope.
Yes. Yes.
I have main character energy. I
Yes.
believe in myself.
Yes.
I've been the main character of my life. I've been a main character on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I'm a great friend.
Right.
And I
Right.
think everyone needs that like angel on their shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
because that creates great
Yeah.
dynamic, and so if someone wants to do a show
Yeah.
about that type of
Yes.
situation, I think it'll be great. Main character energy here.
Yeah. Main character energy. I heard
Uh-huh.
that.
Mhm.
That needs to be on a t-shirt.
Main
Okay.
character energy,
Yeah, for sure.
right?
Yes.
You know?
Okay, so you caught my attention when you said you took Asian hair to blonde in
hmm
one day.
hmm
Okay. Were you like, this better work, or oh my fucking, were you like stressed about it, or you knew that this was gonna work? Because I would probably be like, this better fucking
It's
work.
hard. It's hard. It could take like 8 hours or 12.
Wow.
Yeah, because you have to think about the health of the hair.
Yeah.
Because if you push it too fast, it can break off. So you have to think about like low and slow, and
Yeah.
you have to think, what if she wants to retouch? If I can make her platinum white blonde
Yes.
today, but then how do I retouch it next time? If it breaks off, that's a problem. So you
Oh,
have to be able to keep the integrity of the
yes.
hair, so the client can come back. Because it's all about the health of the hair
Yeah.
first, and we learned this through, and like through time, because I've been doing hair for 20 years now.
Wow.
So, we make mistakes in the past, we
Yes.
learn from it, we
Yeah.
improve our skills get better and better. And every time I learn something new, I share it. I share on my YouTube channel. So
Oh,
that's why a lot of the hairstylist community,
yeah.
they love what I do, because I love sharing,
Yes.
and I share it freely, to be
Yes.
honest. And because when I make videos, I have to
Yeah.
pay for it. I
Right.
have to pay to make it. I have to
Right.
pay to edit it. I have to spend time re-editing it
Right.
myself.
Right.
So it's to put the
But
clips
you got a
together.
lot of followers. You got to be making
Yeah.
money on them ads.
Well,
Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube. You got to be.
the views aren't like what they used to be on YouTube.
Do you think social media is changing?
Yeah, I think because we have so many platforms now. We have Disney and Netflix
Yeah.
and
Are you on
Paramount. And
TikTok?
I'm on TikTok.
Is
Yeah,
that more? Are there more views on TikTok, or do you find more people are watching TikTok than even YouTube?
I find myself
short and
watching.
sweet.
Yeah, I find
Mhm.
myself watching TikTok more because we become impatient,
Yeah.
and so I'm just on there all the time, and I don't
Yes.
even know it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
and
Mhm.
it's interesting, but at the same time, the YouTube videos are so important. Like when you want like answers
Yes.
and thorough like answers, you go on
Yes.
there.
Yes. Yes.
And it's just that people don't have patience. They're just so like the new generation is just like
We got 15 seconds. What you got?
yeah, what
You
you
know what I mean?
they give
On
you
to
less
the
than
next.
that.
Choo, choo.
Like 2 seconds,
Yes.
2 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what they say. The most important part of that TikTok video is the first 3 seconds.
Uh-huh.
If the first 3 seconds don't capture, you're done. Just
Yeah.
they're on to the next.
Well, it's a new generation. They're different
Yeah.
than, like myself. I came from a different time, so I have some patience,
Yes.
but and that's why I still make a lot of YouTube videos,
Yeah.
because I can't tell you or show you how
Yes.
to do hair in 15
Yes.
seconds,
Right.
but a full video I can explain in detail,
Right.
and so yeah,
I
so
think you should still continue with the YouTube.
yeah, I
Yeah.
still do. It's a lot
Yeah.
of work though.
Yeah.
It's and that's why I'm saying
You're
like
editing yourself?
for the longest
How
time.
long? Oh, okay.
For
Because
the,
when I have vlogs and stuff, it takes freaking forever.
yeah,
I
days.
get bored. Oh,
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I can't do this.
Well, that's why people, when I meet someone who appreciate it, it means
Yeah.
a lot to me.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
it
I'm
means a lot
sure.
to me. And also like sometimes people define us by our job title,
Yeah.
and I don't like that because I have an identity outside of doing hair.
Right.
And so a lot of people say stick to your day job, do hair only, and they label you like here
Yes.
hairstylist and stuff, and they only want you to be that person. And for me, it's very important to have these conversations like on the podcasts
Yes.
like this, like yours, and we're able to have a conversation
Mm-hmm.
because we need to, what do I stand for?
Mm-hmm.
What do I believe in? What makes me happy? What do I
Yeah.
want to do with my life?
Yeah.
What makes me want to do music? These type of
Mm-hmm.
conversations needs
And
to
how
be had.
important you do have my identity color.
Yeah.
You have the music.
Yeah. Hmm.
You've done the reality. So what of the three, I don't know if you have something else, I don't know, but what of the three is the most important? Like which one of those three bring you the most happiness? Is it the hair? Is it the music?
You know, music's the most personal. It's
Oh, really?
because I could be 60, 70, 80 years old. I
Yeah.
wrote the song. It's a chapter of my life.
Yeah.
And I sung it. I own it. Nobody can take that away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And so the music carries on, and
Mm-hmm.
the way I connect to people
Yeah.
and through music is so different. It's emotional through the
Yes.
heart. So when I meet someone
Yes.
and they come up to
You're
me,
a very sensitive guy.
yeah, I am.
Is your husband like super tuned into your sensitivity?
He listens. He's a great
Okay.
listener. So
Yeah.
so when,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Like when I write
Okay.
my lyrics
Yeah.
and people come up to me and they tell me your song "Power and Pain" got me through the toughest time in my life,
Oh.
and to me that hits deep. And
Mm-hmm.
so, but again, what gets me going and gets me, moving
Mm-hmm.
is hair, so
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's
Mm-hmm.
like I can't choose one or the other. They
Mm.
both do
Give you something different.
so different.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like drinking and eating.
Yeah.
You need to
Yes.
eat to
Yes.
survive, and you need to drink to
Yes.
survive.
Okay,
And,
that's good. I'll
and
take that.
yeah, you need a toilet
Yes.
to let things out.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you can't really choose. You have to
Yeah.
have it all because they all supplement each other.
So, okay, what made you start My Identity Color? Like, where did that come from?
Well, the name, my identity, is our identity, right?
Yes.
So I want to have a culture, because a lot of times a hair color line is a box of color. Even though it can have different technology and it
Yeah.
works amazing, it's about the message. It's about the culture that you inject into the brand, having a story, having a
Mm-hmm.
message of hope,
Mm-hmm.
and giving people strength and empower them, that every time they use this box of color, that they evolve with their newfound identity,
Mm-hmm.
that they could keep on evolving, and then when they use the color in the salon,
Mm-hmm.
that they could get through the day, because we
Mm-hmm.
don't know what people are going through, and that's what we
Mm-hmm.
discuss, with
Yeah.
the reality show. We don't know what anyone's going
Right.
through and why they do what they do, why they want to be blonde, why they want to be a redhead, why.
Right.
So when you're coloring them, you remind yourself, I'm gonna get through the day.
Right.
I'm gonna, I may be going through a breakup or a
Yes.
divorce, or my life is falling apart, or whatever
Right.
the case may be. The message of it is, when you know who you are, you could do anything you dream of, and
Yeah.
nobody can take that away from you. Yeah,
Aw. Okay.
yeah.
That's a sweet place to end. I don't know if I can top that little sweet message there. Let me just ask you this really quickly. If you could do anybody, and I'm sure people ask you this all the time, but if you could do any celebrity's hair, any color, any genre, who do you see and you say, God, if I could just get my hands in her hair?
You know, I love Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
I love Mariah Carey, so I would love to do her hair. And, I would say, yeah, Mariah.
Really? What
Yeah.
does she need to do? Does it need to be different, a different color, a different
No.
style? You just want to do it
Yeah, I
and
just I just
keep
want.
Mimi still fabulous, but
Yeah.
just do
Well,
it.
she helped me through so much with her music
Oh,
too.
really? Which
Yeah.
album?
All of
Do
them.
you have a favorite song?
Yeah, like Hero. She has a
Oh,
song called Outside. It's
yes.
about her being biracial.
Yes.
Even though I'm Asian, I can
Yes.
relate to it, being an Asian American who's of
Oh,
two ethnicities, Chinese,
yes.
Vietnamese.
Oh,
So
wow.
I can connect
Yes.
to what she's saying.
Yes.
Because when she talks about her insecurities growing up, I was like, whoa, she saved me with her words.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I would say Mariah. But
Okay, I'm going to manifest that for you.
yes,
I'm going to
yes, we
manifest it
need to
right now for you.
manifest.
Okay. So, thank you. Thank you. I want to thank Guy Tang so much for coming to have this conversation. And then the next time he is here, he is going to tell us what it was really like to work with Mimi, who I heard is not the nicest woman in the world. But that's just me. I don't know anything, but the song Hero, I do remember because I was nursing to it. Okay. That was my nursing
Oh
song.
wow.
But you're going to get to Mariah's head, and then you got to come and let us know all the tea. How many not plugs? What do you call the clip-ins? Not plugs. Mariah Carey does not have plugs, okay? So, but you are exciting, and I hope that all your dreams, whatever you want a new reality show, we put it out
Yes,
there,
yes. You know,
right?
I don't reveal celebrity secrets, though. I honor that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So he is not telling us no tea, okay? He's just gonna have a picture that he did do Mariah's hair, okay? But he ain't telling no tea on Mimi. All right. So with that, thank you so much. Watch the Bling. What's your favorite season?
Season 1, episode 3.
Okay, season 1, episode 3. Go watch Bling Empire and watch that money. Okay, that's real money on that show. And with that, thank you so much for tuning in for the Truly Kenya podcast. Thank you for watching us on YouTube. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.